let me know if it's clear. How about now? Hopefully should be clear. The sound of the engine is quite loud, isn't it? Hopefully that should be a little bit better. So it seems like OBS is completely killing my frames. Let's see what it's doing. It just doesn't feel great. 40. It's not as smooth as I'm used to. Wondering whether this cloud cover is causing that, so let's disable X-Enviro. Let's do a prompting. That might give us some more frames. It's a little bit better. Yes, it feels a little bit smoother. So I think we'll leave that as it is. Let's have a look. I think that'll do. Cool, so it's been a while. I thought since I've just got the Flight Factor 320, I was one of the lucky ones, I thought I should stream it. I haven't had much chance to play around with it, to be honest. So a lot of it is going to be testing it with you guys and just checking out some of the features and all that kind of thing. I do not claim to be an Airbus expert, okay, so if things go wrong, it's only because I've yet to learn lots of new things. That's the excuse out of the way. So let's get cracking. Just before I do that, actually, I just need to apply power to my laptop. Just bear with me. Okay, we're set. So, this is a bit of a sort of a open Q&A session, I guess. So, if anyone wants to know anything or see anything, then go ahead and ask. I'm not doing sort of any sort of structured flight or anything like that. Obviously, we're going to fly it and see how it handles and all that kind of thing. But yeah, so hi to all of you who've joined. Welcome. So obviously some of the usual suspects. Hi to all of you. Ash, welcome. Andy. Who else? Ruben, of course. Hi Ruben, hope you're well. Long time. Martin, hello. Good to have you on the stream. And anyone else has just joined too. So let's have a look. So there was a bit of drama. I don't know if any of you guys tried to get this Airbus yesterday. So apparently they had 500 copies to sell, and they specified a time when it's going to be live. I think it was about 8 PM UK. And of course, I went on the site like everyone else, and it crashed. So I could literally do nothing. I couldn't buy it, and then literally about 25 minutes later I saw on the forum it said sold out after 20 minutes, 500 copies. So I was a little bit annoyed. Anyway, I went on to the the AUG site, and it came up with the aircraft actually ended up being there, but it said $320,000 or something ridiculous. And so some chap actually told me to email the guys at the AUG and tell them that I want to buy it. Now I know that I've got 4 or 5 flight factor aircrafts, so it's not like I was just trying my luck. But anyway, I ended up emailing them and said, you know, can I buy it? And a chap responded with two words, and he said, try again. Refresh the page, and I was able to buy it, so I was really lucky. So yeah, as I say, I haven't really had a chance to play around with it much, so this is going to be a bit of a learning curve. From what I saw already, it's very advanced, and some of the things I thought I knew about the Airbus, I clearly have no idea. Yeah, they certainly made quite a lot of money very quickly, and imagine that was just 500 copies gone in 20 minutes. So that tells you they've done a very good job marketing it, creating hype for it, and whenever they decide to release it, I'm sure they're going to make their money back, no doubt. I just hope, I'm part of the testing forum for this now, so you know, doing things like reporting bugs and all that kind of thing, and I just hope, unlike the other aircrafts that they have, they'll actually, you know, complete it. I don't mean to sound harsh, but you know, I think some of you probably tried or seen the 777 and the Airbus 350. It's, you know, nowhere near finished really. So I hope, you know, for what people are paying for this, I think that it deserves a lot of attention. But I'm confident it will. Anyway, so as I say, this is really my first time properly playing with it. I had a look at it very quickly yesterday, took some screenshots and that kind of thing, because a lot of people ask for screenshots. Anyway, let's have a look. So the first obvious thing that's new is this awesome little thing. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure some of you will write in the chat. But it looks pretty awesome. So obviously you can connect the ground power unit, all that kind of thing, as you can see. Chocks, so we can go out and have a look at that. There you go. Now, this might be a little bit... If the sound's not great, do let me know, because it's a bit louder now. Let me just alter the volume actually. Yeah, I think it seems to be okay. Electronic flight bag, that's what it is. Thank you guys. I knew someone would correct me. So the first thing I want to show you is the detail that they've gone to on the aircraft. It's really incredible. I mean, you can see there's even reflection on the landing light. That's just insane. You can even see the springs, the coil. It's just incredible, the detail. So good. You can see that they've really spent a lot of time and attention on every part of this aircraft. Incredible. You can see all the pivots, all the hydraulics. Everything's just incredible. And by the way, someone on Reddit shared this livery with me. He painted this, finished it today. So he sent me a message saying that it's available on the org. So if anyone has this Airbus and wants this livery, let me know. I'll share the link with you. And the detail he's gone to, as you can see, is pretty cool. Pretty good. So first thing I want to do is load the APU. So obviously you're going to have to hold it for a few seconds before it comes on. Not like the jar one. Let me just read some of the questions, because I've neglected some of the questions. Sorry about that. So the price when released, I believe it's going to be $89. It was $79 for anyone who got in yesterday. But I believe the final price is going to be $89. Have I loaded up the moving map on the EFB? No, because I don't know how to do that. Or I haven't tried anyway. So let's see. Okay, so this is all the stuff. I saw someone stream this, and you can alter the numbers and all that kind of thing. You can actually alter stuff there. That's pretty cool. It's interactive. Obviously you got the checklist, and you can scroll through, go through the next page. In fact, we can turn up the brightness if you like as well. Browser, this is interesting. Again, I saw someone do this. Let's have a look. I have a feeling I have to... there we go. That's pretty awesome, really, isn't it? Okay, that was not expected, so let's do Mo Media YouTube. What comes up? There we go. Can we do Inception? Can we watch me streaming? Browser does not recognize. That's probably a Flash issue. That would have been fun. Anyway, as you can see, that's pretty cool. And of course, you can load up all sorts of things, you know, the Navigraph and all that kind of thing. What else we have here? Settings. So there's all sorts of things that you can apply with. So panel quality and all that kind of thing. Normal, high, all that kind of stuff. Actually, I did wonder. I thought I set it to high, but that's probably why my FPS dropped a little bit. As you can see, it's not too bad now. It's around top end 40s. I think I put it on normal because I had it on normal initially and really can't tell the difference, but you can with the FPS. What else we have? Rain effect, of course. I'm going to show you that too because I think that's pretty damn cool. Right, I don't know if any of you geniuses can work out what I need to do here. Enter your Google API key. I don't know where I can obtain that. I assume this is for Google Maps. So if anyone knows, go ahead and tell me. But yeah, this is pretty damn cool, and I'm sure this is going to get better and better. And by the way, you can alter the fuel, and you can call the fuel truck, and then you know load that amount of fuel and passengers and all that kind of thing, cargo. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really impressive. Of course, you can switch it off and all that kind of thing. So moving over to the cockpit, I haven't worked out how to. I know I probably have to be playing around data refs and that kind of thing to have the wing view. Unfortunately, you can't move around. Okay, I take that back. Ignore what I just said. Honestly, I tried that earlier, and it would not allow me to do that. So, trust me, I'm not imagining it. Okay, I can't get any closer than this, but sometimes, you know, I've tried some tricks where there's sort of like an actual gap somewhere, so it then allows me to go outside and I can set all the views. But I think Flight Factor probably did a really good job of not making any holes in the fuselage. Okay, anyway, we could set a couple of views, can't we? I think that'll do. There's one there. But yeah, so the cabin, nothing too exciting, as you can see. This is the first time in the cabin, so I don't know if there's anything that's interactive or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'll work it out eventually. I need to set up a pretty decent view on the outside because I don't like this kind of view like that. It's a bit restrictive. Anyway, let's jump back in the cockpit. I noted I did try and unlock the cabin door, but that's not functional yet. I understand there's a few things that they're still yet to complete, like the weather radar. As you can see, I can't actually do anything with this either. All the lights and the FMC is pretty damn complicated. It just shows whatever we've learnt to use, like in things like jar and that kind of thing. It really is not. It's not real. Not close to the real thing. There's so much going on here. It's ridiculous. I thought I knew a lot about the Airbus, and only when I started looking at this, I realised actually I know very little. But yeah, it's good though. It's exciting because it means we get to learn new functions and all that kind of thing, and it's it's realistic, a lot more realistic. There we go. So can't remember what the correct call sign for EasyJet, but let's just put that, whatever. Can I search for something on the internet via the tablet? Indeed. So let's have a look. So yeah, if you go to the browser, you can search for, I don't know, let's see, Reddit. There we go. That's really handy. I spend far too much time on Reddit, so this is really handy if I'm doing any sort of short haul flights. That'd be really useful. Well, that's pretty cool. That's I mean, come on, that's just really cool. That's really smart. So anything, guys, anything specific you want to see, do tell me, because I'm just going to waffle on showing you lots of different things. So if there's something specific you want to see, just let me know. I noticed the thing that I was worried about is the sounds in this, but it's actually not too bad at all. They've simulated as much as they can, and it sounds fairly decent. So shortly we're going to take off anyway, because I think that you guys will all want to see the aircraft flying. Bus Pilot 320, please be my guest. If you can help out, that'd be awesome. So obviously I've put the basic stuff in here, so the initialization page. Let's just do. I think I probably did this on the wrong page, but so do flight level 120, and if we go to flight plan. Okay. So what's going on here? Okay, I must have done. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. What a retard! I could have swore I did this correctly just a second ago. Again, I probably did it wrong. Okay, let's try that again. Just making up numbers here, guys. Okay, let's go back to here. Right, so departure. I don't actually know. Let's see. I don't know what runway's in use here. I assume from the wind direction it will be this runway, which is 26. There we go. Yeah, so bus pilot, this is a question for you perhaps. Yes, you can pop out. That's worth. That's a really good point you made there. Who said that? Ride 981. No, Ride 81. Andy. So yeah, you can. This is pretty cool. I do like this actually because it's handy. As you can see, you can load up all the displays, and I believe you can alter the size of it and move it around, all that kind of thing. So that's handy. And of course, this is really good for home-built cockpits because that's what they really depend on, the detachable screens. So yeah, Bus Pilot 320. I'm probably doing this wrong, but from my understanding, once you've set up the departure, you could go ahead and do your arrival. So let's just assume it's going to be the same wind direction. So let's do that one there. Okay, without a star, so just do that. Okay, so am I right in thinking you can't just do a flight, a plan from A to B like that? You have to put something in between. For example, you know, if I tried to remove the flight discontinuity, okay, it did it. I tried that yesterday. It did not work. Okay, so clearly that's possible. But obviously, normally in normal circumstances, you would put your waypoints in between. But that's fine. So perhaps there's nothing that you need to answer there. I think I've answered my own question. Of course, you've got the step. You can step through the waypoints by just going up and down arrow. There you go. So you can start off there and move through. There we go. We could do this short flight. Why not? Judman, hello. Long time no see. Hope you're well, mate. So welcome to anyone who's new to the channel. I used to stream quite a lot, but I run my own business, so I've been quite busy with that. Pastor, hello. Hope you're well. But I'm trying to get back into it, and there's a lot of reason why to come back to it. Lots going on in Explain right now. James, hope you're well. So yeah, anyway, let's get back to this. Okay, so in the JAR 320, actually, see, this is the thing. I probably picked up really bad habits. So let's have a look. Initialization. Let's go to the next page. No, sorry. What is it I'm looking for? I think it's this, yeah. There's so much. I mean, this FMC is completely different to what any of you guys are used to, by the way. Unless you're like Bus Pilot 320 and you're learning the real thing. This is, you know, it just shows that the JAR stuff is really quite basic, to be fair. So I'm fairly comfortable with all this kind of thing, but. And it could be because I'm being put on the spot here, but I can't work out where so you can play around with the fuel. So I think it's probably because everything's already set up by looks of it. Yeah, it is. Okay. So in the JAR 320, when you go into, where is it? Performance. So it would do all this for you. So again, this could be a question for Pilot 320. I'm not sure why it's not applying the speeds for me. So when I used to click in here, it would just automatically do that. But for some reason, it's not doing that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted there. Hello from Spain, Mikel. Hope you're well. Anyway, so whilst Pilot 320 answers that question, let's have a look at other stuff here, which is pretty cool. So obviously you've got this screen here, which gives you lots of information. I wonder if we can expand this. Ah, cool. We can expand it if I can get the mouse cursor to do it. There we go. It's really cool, so you can check the engine status, the bleed system, pressures, electrics, hydraulics, fuel. I love the resolution. The quality on this aircraft is just impressive. It really is really impressive. Flap open, APU, so I'll show you that. Okay, I don't know whether it's actually, I assume it's simulated. I'm sure I've seen it, but let's see. Okay, again, could be that it's not simulated, but it's fine. Let's just close all this. So we have, yep. Let's just go back to this. Flight controls, doors, wheels. There we go. So let's just move stuff around. The one thing I noticed, and I don't know whether this is a bug. Some of the displays are a little bit laggy, so as you can see this is a little bit laggy. Now I don't know, this could be an actual simulation of the real thing. Maybe it is supposed to be laggy like that. Again, 320, you can tell us whether that's accurate or not. So you said press the V speed, but where am I doing that? Because I can't actually see how to do that. Because as you can see, when I do that, it's not. I'm probably missing something. As I say, I'm not an expert. I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not an expert Airbus pilot, so it's most likely I'm doing things wrong, which would make a lot of sense. The other thing I noticed, and again when we take off, this is slightly laggy as well. But again, it could be just reflecting a real thing. Who knows? Again, 320 pilot can tell us. The question was, so as you can see here, the flight control. So when we're moving all this stuff, as you can see the ailerons and the elevator and that kind of thing, it just seems quite laggy, the movement there. Does that reflect the real aircraft? Have they deliberately made that laggy? Because everything else seems like the navigational display is pretty fluid when you're doing a turn. The speed tape here is quite laggy too. Again, it could be an error. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ride 90 when the APU flap opens right hand side below the back door. But obviously it's not simulated, I don't know. So let's go back to this and try it. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we've got that then. Climb, manage, pre-selected, so we could do 230. So basically we're telling it we can override the speed during the climb. And of course in a cruise, 250, we could do 280. And descent, we can leave that as it is for now. So let's have a look. So I don't understand that. I guess this is takeoff shift. I don't understand what I have to put in there actually. Okay, so it shouldn't be laggy. I wondered that. It wouldn't make sense why it's laggy, to be fair. But there we go. It could be just because it's beta version. What else? All this, the rudder trim, all that kind of thing is all simulated. And of course you've got the TCAS, which I haven't tried. Now I am, as you can see, I've got World Traffic 3. So if we just do this airport. By the way, we're Exeter Airport in the southwest of England. Is there any traffic? Yep, there is some traffic, as you can see. I'm going to refresh it actually because should I or should I not? I think we can. Yeah, let's refresh that. There we go. So I don't know if the TCAS works either, so that's something we can test out as we take off. Okay, I'll check the APU flat. Let's again, it could be that I just missed it. Aha, there it is. Whoa! And I think the Ram air turbine also simulated. I've seen a picture of it. I hear an aircraft. I don't know whether there's one taken off. But I can hear something. I think it's probably one of the aircraft that's starting up. Yeah, someone's about to depart by the sounds of it. Anyway, so Lucas, this cost me $79. I believe the final version is going to be $89. Good evening, Dennis. Welcome to the stream. So we haven't really done much yet, so let's take this for a flight, shall we? So the first thing we need to do, so for those of you who've just joined, you'll be pleased to know the new Airbus allows you to browse the web. That's a pretty cool feature so far, although the back button doesn't seem to be doing anything. There we go. Do you reckon you can clear the history? Oh, look at that, you can have multiple tabs too. So let's check the BBC. There we go, so mid-flight we can look at some news about Trump and God knows who else. Clearly something, I don't know whether JavaScript or Flash is not supported, so some things are not going to work. But that's okay. I wonder if Facebook works. We can check out. No, it doesn't seem to like that. Okay, so let's get this thing moving. So let's get all this disconnected. Cool. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've applied that. Okay. So, now the other thing is I haven't checked whether better pushback works with this, but there's one way to find out.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Do I know if videos work? I guess if the video is on YouTube, it's not going to work because of the Flash player. But I don't know whether there are any other ways to watch videos without depending on Flash. I guess we can check Reddit. Normally there's, there we go, videos. So if we click this button, will it play? Wow. Okay, this is so cool. Can we go full screen? Okay, I'm sure I tried this a short while ago and it did not work.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Guys, you saw this. It didn't work a second ago. Okay. See? So it just doesn't like my live stream. I guess that's... I don't know. I don't know why that might be the case, but still, this is pretty cool, isn't it? Are you impressed? When is it coming? No one knows. I expect it's not going to be too long. It depends on the amount of bugs that we find with it.
So connected and bypass pin inserted.
So, but
release parking brake.
I'm sure they want to get it out soon. They made, so for those of you that don't know, they sold 500 copies yesterday in 20 minutes. That's good income stream. But obviously they probably spent quite a lot of money making this, so you know, I'm sure it's they probably spent even more than that making this beast. Anyway, I think it's time to push back. I noticed actually, this is interesting, so some of the functions, so you see how I just released the parking brake, it didn't allow me to release it when I was outside the aircraft, so I don't know whether it's got to be a bug. The detail on this pushback, by the way, this is freeware for those of you that don't know, it's just incredible. Hats off to the guy who spent time doing this, it's just so good. I'm going to make it a little bit dark so we can... this guy's pushing back at the same time. Good timing. Not. So we can see some of the cool lighting effects. There we go. Ruben, so maybe try to watch the live stream on the mobile site of YouTube instead of... Okay, we could try that. The map function, so apparently I need an API key, Google API key. I don't know where to obtain that. I don't know if you clever chaps know what I need to do for that. I'll be happy to try it. So, as I mentioned, if you weren't here already, so I'm using World Traffic 3, hence all this traffic. It's incredible. It has a slight impact on FPS for me. Maybe, I don't know, I mean we can test it now, so what's that? We got about 45 FPS. So if I hide it, there we go, about 5. To be honest, 5 FPS is worth it for what you're getting, all the flights flying around. It's pretty cool. Just suddenly explains you don't feel lonely in this world.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, let's do that. Parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's do that. Some lights. So when we take off, I'm gonna change the weather and make it rain. I think it's important for you guys to see that. It's a pretty cool effect. Okay, Judman, so you've sent me a link and Ruben, so let's have a look. Let's give it a try. So I wonder, do I just, it says, sorry, we could not find that page. Okay, so, aha. No, the API key is, thank you parser, let's try that. I generally have no idea what it's going to do, but there's one way to find out. Oh, you are a genius. You are a friggin' genius. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I assume this is going to now move as I move. Okay, this has got a little bit more exciting all of a sudden, hasn't it? So let's send this guy off. It's a shame. I'm losing around 10 to 15 FPS streaming this. So, and I always find it starts to get a little bit worse as time goes along. I don't know, it's like some sort of leak. As you can see, it's around, it's just dropped under 40 now. Should be alright once we take off.
Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Clever, really clever. Whoops. Okay, so I think a round of applause for Parser, guys. Mad Pilot, hello. Hope you're well. So there he is. He's giving us a wave, so that's us good to go. Forgot to do all the lights and there we go, taxi light. Is that actually taxi? There you go. I think we're good. I don't know where the other guy is. Oh, he's just lining up as we speak. Oh no, he's still taxiing. Okay, let's get going. So this is just as exciting as for me is for you guys, because as I say, this is really my first time properly trying it. And we're fortunate to have Bus Pilot 320 who's doing a type rating on Airbus, so we can ask him questions if we get stuck. So there's all sorts of things you play with. Guys, as you can see, that map is bloody moving. That is cool. I'm wondering, actually, that could be why I'm losing some frames. But who cares? That's pretty damn cool. I didn't notice, actually, I don't know if any of you guys noticed when I played a video, did it affect the frames? We could try it soon. But already I'm really, really impressed with that. It gives you hope, doesn't it, about the future of flight simulation. It's very exciting times. So I know it's not everything is completely functional, but again, this is beta version. So that that aircraft there is doing a backtrack, so we're going to have to stop here, wait for him to take off. Yeah, it's annoying I can't get closer than this. I hate being restricted like that. The name of this airport is Exeter, which is in the UK, and it is Echo Golf Tango Echo. Yeah, the mapping's slightly off, isn't it, Judman? But I'm sure we can let it off. Okay, this is probably what we want, something a little bit further out. So guys, this is the airport that I'm at. It's really, really smart. So is this guy going? He's almost going to go. We set, we'll get the landing lights on now and stuff. Strobes. So in, by the way, this is X-Plane 11.10 B4. It's a little bit buggy. The main thing that I really hate, taxi light, yep, takeoff. The thing I really hate is this. For some reason, everything's too far away in the Payware aircraft. I can't seem to fix it, so I don't know if any of you guys know a fix for it, but can't seem to work it out. See ya, Flyby. I think you're right, Ruben, but I think that will change.
Approaching 2-6.
There's a lot more people jumping on X-Plane, I noticed recently, over the last 12 months or so. I certainly see a lot of you guys on the streams who perhaps are FSX or P3D users, and you become very interested in what you're seeing here. So I don't know if you guys actually end up going to try X-Plane. Certainly some of the people who speak to me on Facebook and that kind of thing, it suggests that more and more people trying X-Plane. So if you've just joined, You can see a live map hit on Google. See us moving around. Otherwise, we can just watch videos. Should concentrate. You shouldn't play videos when you're taxiing, guys, because that's just irresponsible. There's a tight turn here, but the Airbus 320 has a good turning circle. Okay, I have to be very careful here. No aircraft's landing. That's good. Am I still going to use the jar design? Wow, that's a good question. I mean, sadly, it doesn't make sense why I would with this, right? Is that bad, say? I mean, I've been quite loyal to jar 320, but you know, at the end of the day, we're all doing this for the realism, and the jar 320 just doesn't offer that kind of realism. This kind of realism, just doesn't. Does that make me sound bad, guys? Reddit 50/50 during cruise. Yeah, if some of you know that subreddit, that's probably a risky one for a live stream. Under the FCU, there's a dial for light. Yeah, it seems to be working, but it's not doing too much in the way of illumination. There's another one here. You can see it coming on here, but doesn't seem to be. Let's just check. Doesn't seem to be reflecting anything. And this one here does, but as you can see, is this ever so slightly lighting. Anyway, I think it's time to take off. Are we ready? Let's do this. So we've got a slight crosswind here coming in from the south. Oh no, it's suddenly coming from the southwest. Whoa. Okay, I think my trim was off then. Feels a little bit better.
Terrain.
Okay, so there we have it. I'm gonna get X-Enviro back on, guys, because earlier it was just too. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's restart it back on the runway. This time we should just have it ready. That was a very poor choice from my side. We're not going to do the flight planning because I know where we're going, and we're just going to quickly take off. So we're not wasting any time. Okay, that'll do. It's not a normal stream if that kind of thing doesn't happen, right? Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know if they're gonna improve the jar 320 more than that. I mean, if you're the developer or the team for Jar, I mean, you know, now with the release of the Flight Factor 320, what would be your mindset? I mean, I don't know whether they can make it study level as it is. They probably have to start from scratch, right, guys? Yeah, we do need autosave airline pilot. How did I get the 320? So I just actually, for those of you who just joined the stream or didn't hear didn't hear what I said earlier. So they announced they were going to launch it yesterday at 8 p.m. GMT, but they were only going to make 500 copies available. To be honest, I thought that was quite a lot. I mean, you know, I know that the flight sim community is quite big, but I wasn't, 500 copies. That just seems like a lot. Anyway, the 500 copies got sold out in 20 minutes. So, so I missed out actually. And I saw a chap mentions something on one of the forums, and he said just to email .org and tell them that you tried to get it but you couldn't. And I did that, and I got a reply with 2 words saying try again. So I refreshed the page, and it allowed me to purchase it. So I was very lucky. So the cost of it, if you're a tester like myself, was $79, and I think the final version is going to be $89. So it's $10 more. Okay, so as you can see, we've got X-Enviro doing its thing now. We'll leave it as it is. We'll take off. Let's just make it a little bit darker. Let's get everything on.
On runway 26. On runway 26.
Okay, I think we can just get going now. As I said, we're just playing around with this, nothing too serious. Just showing you guys what it can do. Obviously, I don't know whether this is I still have that saved. There we go. So you can see that red marker there is our aircraft, and we can see it moving in just a second. So we'll take off and have a play with that. So let's try again. This time I'll try not to crash the sim. Okay, there we go. As you can see, map's moving with us. That's pretty cool. Whoops. So let's manage speed. Okay, that is a little bit annoying, but let's go auto throttle. There we go. Pretty cool view, isn't it? Hello, Time Lord from Ireland. Welcome to the stream. Matt Viz, I kind of agree. I think the price is fair for the level of quality and detail that we're getting. At the end of the day, if we want this kind of realism, then we're going to have to accept that. We're going to have to pay the price for it. Otherwise, people, developers are not going to be interested to waste their time. Why would they do something that's going to be, not profitable for them? It just doesn't make sense. I'm from Gloucestershire. So I don't know where you're from, Pilot 320. Yeah, I'd love to learn this properly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do. See, I'm still getting used to this concept of pulling and pushing. So you see the up arrow and then down arrow. So up arrow is push, and then down arrow is pull. Now, from what I understand, okay, to bear with me guys, I understand that there's a slight issue with the autopilot. Now, I did try it once, and when I switched the autopilot and tried to do altitude hold, it just started nosediving. Now, perhaps I should take instruction from Bus Pilot 320. Now, do you want to tell me how I should do altitude hold and heading hold? I think I'm pretty confident I know how to do it, but I just want to see if make sure that I'm doing it right. So, over to you, 320 pilot. David, it's not on sale just yet, actually. Not too far at all. I used to be, I love Southampton, by the way, and the surrounding area, Brighton, and that whole south coast is pretty cool, and Portsmouth too. 'Cause I think I'm about an hour and a half away from Portsmouth. Look at the speed we're covering here, guys. There we go, just flying over the M5. In fact, we could probably follow that. This is pretty cool. We can follow the M5, the highway, for those of you from the US or Europe, you call it highways. You could follow that all the way to Bristol, pretty much. Okay, so pull the heading knob. This is okay, there we go, done. So I assume I'll then pull the, let's set the altitude I guess first. So let's say 15,000 feet. That was what that noise was, by the way. Okay, but okay, do I set the altitude and the heading bug before I enable the autopilot? Is that what you're saying? Okay, let's try it. So, which one, AP1 or AP2? I assume it doesn't matter, right? They're just back up one or the other. Ruben, yes, that's right. That's exactly what I did. I was told that if you've got 3 or more flight factor aircrafts, just email them and they'll send you, or they'll enable it on the org store so you can purchase it. Okay, so I'm just going to increase this to 20. Right, here we go. So ready? AP1. Let's actually pull this. AP1. There we go. You see that, guys? I'm pretty confident that's a bug right there. Okay, so I'm going to take over before we start overspeeding. Okay, let's silent the alarm. So, yeah. Now, I guess that's a bug. I was pretty sure I was doing it right, but I just wanted to make sure, speak to an expert. It's clearly a bug with the beta version of the Airbus. So as you can see, the frames have dropped to around mid-20s. Now I have a feeling it's something to do with X-Enviro right now, but I'm going to test that theory. Yeah, so I've gained about 10 FPS. It's still pretty low for my system, but I guess OBS is not helping either. So let's do a manual descent here. We're just about to make out Bristol now in the distance, as you can see there. So we're going to attempt to land there. Yeah, as I say, attempt. Yep, it is handy Andy to have someone who knows what they're doing. Thank you, Hendrik. Another person who's jumped on X-Plane 11 by the looks of it. Burner Studios. Yeah, I don't know how you got here, but I'm glad you did. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Hug Gaming. I will report that. So they've invited me to the forum, the private forum. So I will mention that. Fly Sim Pilot. I'm not sure if it is an X-Plane bug because it seems to be working on other aircrafts that I have. I've only noticed I noticed it on this. Well, Bus Pilot, I think we could try it now if you like, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to make a difference. Okay, so let's set it to 13,000, and you see, if I pull it, push it, nothing happens. It just wants to nosedive. Very, very strange. Again, it's a beta version, so not going to say anything bad about it because that's why it hasn't gone on sale to the public, or to the wider public, should I say. Declan, am I a Boeing pilot? I guess I have more experience in Boeing aircraft, so kind of. The moving map, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So this is just plotting where I'm moving on the map, and of course I'm using Author for XP, so I've got probably the exact same map in my scenery. There we go, and we're just overflying Bristol Airport. And there's Filton and Bristol. So let's land this beast at Bristol. So we need to land on runway 27. So let's try an ILS approach. So let's do 11015, and course, not sure if that's actually accurate, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm getting terrible frames right now. I'm thinking it's probably OBS, unless Windows has just decided to do some sort of bloody update. That wouldn't surprise me either. Yeah, I've engaged the spoilers because I'm trying to drop this beast out of the sky as quick as I can. We are landing there. We're just setting ourselves up for the landing. Wondering if I can actually, let's see if because I've enabled X-Enviro already, I'm not sure if this is going to play ball with me right now. So I noticed I sometimes have to clear my preferences folder for this to work. Okay, I think it should be okay, although the visibility hasn't changed. So let's see if we can make it rain. I want you guys to see this. This is a pretty damn cool effect. Okay, let's try and get under this. This is really gonna hit the frames, isn't it? I think it's important for you guys to see this rain effect on the aircraft. Is pretty damn impressive. Yeah, you can see the haze is slightly messed up. And there we have it. Check this out, guys. That's pretty damn impressive. Let's get the wipers going. Just make it a little bit darker. So, what do you think of that? Pretty cool, huh? Hi to anyone who's just joined or anyone who's new to the stream. Welcome. I feel like we're probably headed this way a bit too far. I've lost track of where we are. Okay, so the localizer's alive. I think we're probably too low now for us to be picking up glide slopes. I'm just gonna just ascend a little bit. Climb. Yeah, it seems like each droplet is modelled. It's pretty damn detailed. It's incredible. It just makes everything outside look blurry too, so it's not just, you know, an image. It just looks like actual water molecules, which is pretty impressive. Okay. Let's try and land this beast, shall we? It's a little bit too high now. Let's get this down a little bit. I can't seem to hear the sound of the raindrops. I don't know whether that's, again, 320 pilot can tell us whether that's something that actually happens. Okay, it looks like the rain stopped a little bit now. Okay, I think we're doing well now. Okay, this is my first time landing this, by the way, so wish me luck. Yes, it does have wing flex. Larry, welcome to the stream. Hello from Dublin. Oh, it's decided to rain again. Yeah, do rate the landing, guys. Judgment just shared the actual official rating scale. I'm sure you can hear the hailstorms a little bit better, right? How does the fly-by-wire feel? It's actually definitely different to any aircraft that I've flown on X-Plane. I would say it's definitely a lot more responsive. Even the rudder control is quite good. And notice, I don't know if you can hear this, I'll shut up so you can hear it. Let's just get the undercarriage down first. So if I do rudder input, you'll hear the wind noise. Do you hear that? So that's interesting. Not seen that or heard that before. So, as I say, this is my first attempt at landing this, so wish me luck.
1,000.
Yeah, follow the flight director.
Approaching 27.
I'm dropping too much speed here, so I need to just sort that out. Okay, sorry if I'm not answering any messages, it's only because I'm trying to make this a good landing.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard.
4,000 feet remaining.
Okay, reverse thrusters. That didn't feel too bad. I'm not going to say anything until we see the replay.
Remaining. 500 remaining. 100
Okay.
remaining.
So let's taxi this thing back to the terminal. So yeah, I felt pretty nice controlling that on landing. I did notice just probably about 30 foot off the ground, it wanted to kind of nose down. Now someone mentioned that on Facebook earlier and asked whether it actually does that, so that's interesting. So again, 320 pilot, I don't know whether that's a reflection of the real thing. I would be surprised if it is. It shouldn't just suddenly nosedive, should it? Thank you for those of you who said nice landing, but I think and rated it as well. But I think we ought to wait. I've made that mistake before. I've sort of like, yeah, that was a good landing, and I watched a replay and it was just like awful. But yeah, I mean, so far I'm pretty pretty impressed with this. It's really just a whole new level, and that function is pretty cool, and of course the web browser too. Taxiing way too fast here. Okay, let's get this parked up and then we can watch a replay. I think the brakes, I've set up the brakes incorrectly because it seems a little bit too sensitive. Okay, let's just make sure that APU comes on and then we can switch off the engines and see what that sounds like too. Actually probably best if we do the replay first in case that causes trouble. Okay, let's go further back. There we go. Okay, so clearly the sound doesn't work in replay. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's slow this down. See, there was a slight crosswind there. I wonder if we'll notice the nosedive. There. You see that? I had to correct it very quickly. That's not too bad actually, that landing. Let's check it out from this view. Here we go. Something was up, I could tell. So that's what you get when it's beta. Sometimes it's not perfect, but I'm pretty sure you guys can still rate the landing. Actually, I have Happy Camper. Actually, good to see you, by the way. I have it set up on my joystick, so the moving forward and backwards. So I think there was one other thing I wanted to show you, but I can't remember what it is. But I think that's really it for this evening. Obviously, it's still in beta version, so it's still got some issues. This is quite weird. It's got a Ryanair livery. You can't see it here, but I don't know why they did that. But yeah, so it's obviously bound to have some issues with it, which, you know, I'll obviously report the things I've found, but it's got a lot of potential, as you can see. It really does. So that's quite promising, I would say. Does anyone have any questions about it? Some of you probably just joined, so I don't know how much you've missed. But I wanted to show you something before we end this stream. Something pretty cool. Just trying to find it. I think this probably is it. There we go. This Freeware DC free. This thing is insane. Seriously. Again, hats off to whoever spent the time to do this. And it's free. It's just incredible. Yeah, I blame the nosedive too. So that's a good way, James, to get in with the airline if you want to be a pilot, from what I understand. Go in and work for the company doing something else, and then do your training, and at least you're sort of an employee, an official employee then, or you got some sort of experience with them. Guys, this thing, amazing, really amazing. Look at this. Can you hear the sounds of that? Have I ever used Fresh Tech Solutions? No. What is that? I believe you can. Giont? Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Yes, I think you can use the flight, so the EFB, to calculate performance. Does the weather radar work in X-Enviro? I don't think so, but it's got a METAR briefing, I believe. Yeah, it does. I've seen it actually. Thanks, Judman. See you again soon. Yeah, seriously, the free. To be honest, this is so good. I may not even spend the money getting the Payware one. I'm not just saying that. This thing is crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at the detail. Okay, let's move that way. This is just insane. And as you can see, this is not a static cockpit. You can play around with stuff and move things, and it's incredible. It really is incredible. Let's take it for a short flight. There we go. This is also Freeware, I believe, Freeware Airport. There we go. That's probably a little bit better, so you can see actually where we are and what we're doing. Alright, let's take off. So it's not the easiest thing to take off and land. Just love the sounds on this. Incredible. The sound in the 320, the new 320, is pretty good. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's quite as good as the BSS sound pack. That's my opinion. James, go for it. Seriously, if that's what you want to do, that's a good way in. And you know, you get to fly and get to learn more about the kind of processes in the airline, all that kind of thing. It can only be right. Bus Pilot 320, thank you very much for your help this evening. Very useful. I hope you can join us on future streams. Can learn more off you that way. And thank you, Tobias, too. Glad you all enjoyed it. That's the main thing. So let's land this thing. Didn't realise there was an airport close by actually. Carburetor I suspected. I haven't worked out how to operate this aircraft fully, to be honest. But actually, this aircraft tends to want to, I think, doesn't seem to be functional that. No idea. That's okay. But yeah, as I say, for freeware, this is friggin' awesome. It really is. We also got this view here. Thank you, Black Knight. Hope to see you again soon. Of course, anyone who's just joining now probably be sorely disappointed. We're not flying the Flight Factor 320, but you're joining us at the end of the stream now, and we're just having a chit chat about things. I'm just flying this beautiful Freeware DC-3 at this lovely Freeware airfield, and then we're going to call it an evening. Do subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'll try and stream again later this week, hopefully. What is the car of Momedia? Sorry, what do you mean? James, yes, it seems like that. I'm getting a free type rating. I need it. Eventually, that's what I want to do. So the more I learn now, the easier should make it later on. Okay, let's get the undercarriage down. This thing is amazing, seriously. Really, really good. See if we can land this thing. Incredible. I can't believe this is free. Honestly, this is just incredible. Thank you, Ruben. Appreciate you being here. Hope to catch you again soon. Thanks, Martin. See you again soon. Aha, okay, my Instagram. Yeah, I'm really into my cars actually. My current car is the new Land Rover Discovery. It's a beast. But yeah, I've driven, I think to date, something like 62 different cars. Yeah, I'm pretty into my cars. I think probably the most exciting one out of all of that, I've driven Ferrari. I think I would have to say my number one favorite would be the Mercedes GTS. That thing is a beast. Yeah, check out my Instagram if you haven't already, if you're on Instagram. I don't really post much or anything actually to do with flight simulation, but more to do with my sort of daily life and real aviation. There's a couple of videos there of me flying, that kind of thing. Whoa, that's a nasty landing. This thing is very hard to fly, by the way. I've never been good at... look at that, sliding all over the place. Never been good at controlling tail draggers. That's for sure. Can you tell? I know why. I had parking brakes set, so look, it's sliding all over the place. There we go. We can cut through the grass. Yeah, the GTS is something else. My brother also has a GTR. That's probably the most scary car I've ever driven in. That thing's a beast. It's something like 670 horsepower. It's just... seriously. Oh, birds. This is not good. That's lucky. Somehow got away without getting a bird strike. This airport, by the way, is Freeware. Again, incredible detail. Those birds are really trying their luck. Look how close they are. I love that reflection on the taxiway. So if you just bring the sun back up, there we go. Look at that. In fact, we can even see the landing lights for the aircraft. Incredible. X-Plane 11 just gets better and better by the day, by the week, month, whatever. It's definitely the future flight simulation, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if you've just joined us and you missed out, but I'll be back online again soon. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Recently celebrated 5,000 subscribers. Never thought I'd hit 5,000 subscribers in less than a year. Started the channel regularly December, so at Christmas. So I'm very happy with that, and I think close to 2.5 million views too. So very chuffed with that. And obviously none of that is possible without you guys, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. And as I say, I hope to catch you all again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.